to introduce the aforementioned honoree, Dan Bongino, American Patriot of the Year, is Captain Joe Concannon. Joe is a retired decorated police captain of the NYPD and was deputy director for the public safety during the Giuliani administration. He was a New York City Council candidate in 2013 and is currently a business owner in cybersecurity. Here you go. Thank you, Tony. Appreciate it.
Thanks, everybody, and a warm welcome. We hope everybody's having a wonderful event tonight. And let me just say, on behalf of the board and our wonderful new president, Phil Orenstein, thank you for being with us tonight and taking the time out to be here. It is just so important to each and every one of us as we grow the Republican Party here in Queens County. I am bestowed with the honor tonight of acknowledging another NYPD veteran, which as you all know, I hold very dear and close to my heart. It is the NYPD, quite frankly, that brought the city of New York back from near collapse. When the streets ran amok, when they were wild, when murders were at 2,200 a year. These are the things which frightened many of us out there. And in the streets and in the wilds of the city of New York, the people, the men and women of NYPD brought it back. Dan is, thank you. Dan is very much involved with that and spent, as Adam had so clearly articulated, his times in the Secret Service, protecting 3 different presidents. And Dan, thank you for your service to our country. We appreciate that. He now dedicates his time to running for New York City Congress, and in addition to a number of other things, I'd like to call up to your attention Dan Bongino, our American Patriot of the Year. Dan, come on up and get the award. Queens Village Republican Club, Inc., Daniel Bongino, American Patriot of the Year Award. Congratulations, Dan.
Thank you so much. Thank you very much. I'm honored. This is actually the first award I've gotten that looks so pleasant, so thank you so much. Folks, can I just put this right here? I just wanted to make a couple of quick comments. I'm a native New Yorker and moved to Maryland 12 years ago, so it's nice to hear the word bored again, and not bored, where I'm from in Maryland. I've kind of lost a bit of my New York accent, having been in Maryland for 12 years. I bring up the story about where I live now, though, because I'm in a blue state like you folks. The fight is here. The fight's not in Texas. And anybody in this room who's under the illusion that by leaving New York, you're winning some kind of political battle by making a statement for Texas or Virginia, I've got news for you. You are wrong. Whenever you are doing what the other side wants you to do, they call that winning. They understand the math, folks. They understand that every state has to have, by law, 1 representative in the Congress and 2 senators. There's nothing they would like more for you to evacuate every single blue state. And you know what happens? They then use it as a launching ground to take the next one. And if you don't believe that, look at what we're going through in Maryland right now. Maryland, one of the most beautiful states in the country. The world's largest estuary, the mountains. We have right off the ocean with Ocean City. We lost 40,000 residents in 10 years with the government in our backyard. One of the richest states in the Union. You know where they went? Virginia. That voted for Barack Obama twice. And now has 2 Democratic senators and a Democratic governor by the name of Terry McAuliffe. Folks, the fight is here. You have to expend every ounce of your assets in every single race. You should never, ever give them an unimpeded flow to the top in power, because what they do is they take that money and they use it somewhere else to take out another Republican in a competitive district. Remember, nobody votes for liberals. They vote against the Republican. That is it. You have to challenge that message everywhere. The fight is here. People ask me all the time why I moved to blue states. My sister went to Oklahoma, where I don't think, correct me if I'm wrong, I don't think Barack Obama won one precinct in Oklahoma. I stayed. I stayed because every generation has a fight. And I tire quickly of people who ask me, what can I do? Because I turn around and say, don't ask me what you can do. What are you doing now? Now that doesn't apply to the people in this room. You're here tonight. But action changes the world. Talk is cheap. If we give this speech tonight and you do nothing, nothing will change. Except for the fact that your liberty will slowly dissipate day by day, just like it has been. Action changes the world, folks. Talk is cheap. Every generation's had its fight. Every generation. From the Revolutionary War to the Civil War to the Civil Rights struggle to keep this country together. We are living in the most prosperous time in American history. Our fight right now is against the soft tyranny of a growing bureaucracy at your expense. This is a very dangerous time we're in, but it requires action. I want to leave you with this number just to show you. You brought up that number, 24% of was it registered voters showed up. That's a disgrace. Unforgivable. In Maryland in 2004, George W. Bush lost the state badly. But he got 1 million votes. So 1 million people in Maryland were willing to walk out, pull the lever for George W. Bush. You know, the first governor in Maryland's history to ever get 1 million votes was Martin O'Malley. We would have never lost a gubernatorial race if we just could have kept those numbers. Get out the vote. Show up. It matters. Your very liberty is at stake, folks. And I can tell you from having left everything, and I mean everything behind to do what I'm doing, it's a fight worth having. And if you don't do something today, you're going to look back in 10 years and say, why? Why did I let this happen on my watch? Thanks for your time. Thanks for listening. And I appreciate it. Thank you so much.
Well, now, folks, comes the time. First of all, I just want to remind everybody here that it takes money, unfortunately, to back each and every candidate. So we must do that. We must, in every way we possibly can, raise money for our candidates.